Oh, baby. Oh, baby. What's going on, gang? We are kicking off the spooky season here tonight on the Born to Be Rad channel. And we are doing It's a Hammer Halloween and kicking off this spooky season Halloween on the Born to Be Rad channel is none other than my buddy Daniel over at the Cobwebs channel. Daniel, thank you for being here with me to kick this thing off over here on the channel, man. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Let's get hammered. Oh, I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for having me, man.
Dude, no problem. You know, we've talked about this so much before. It's kind of when I actually got introduced to your channel and I had you on here, like, I don't know, it was probably over a year ago for the first time. And,
Oh, yeah.
that's really what I kind of noticed is that you were getting into this hammer horror stuff, the gothic stuff, the stuff nobody really was talking about at that time. And it's so funny to me because, as we mentioned in the past, my uncle is a huge hammer horror fan and has been trying to get me to really dive deep into that side of the horror genre for so long. And, it was always one of those things where I kind of dabbled in it a little bit. Like, he recommended a couple here and there, but I never really dug super deep into it. And I kept saying to him, to you, yeah, I'm going to find time and do this. So I figured, you know what, if I dedicate it for a month and I tell everybody I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So what I want to do tonight is I had Daniel create a list for me of 10 movies, his choice of what I should really dig into when it comes to the Hammer films. And then at the end of the month, I'll come back, I'll talk about each one and kind of rank them at the end of the month here. So he has work cut out for him tonight. Were you able to get this done for me, Daniel?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's no problem. Yeah, it was fun to put together the list. Vinny here in the chat's making me nervous, though. He says Daniel's going to have his work cut out for him tonight. Not sure Garrett is going to like the Hammer films. Let's see. We'll see how it goes. I hope so. Like, I'm excited for this stream, but I'm much more excited to hear your ranking later. That's going to be fun. I hope you find some gems in here.
Yeah, but you know what, though? Like, I had to do this because it's going to force me to do something that I say I'm going to do. And if I don't have any, like, accountability, sometimes it just doesn't end up. I might do two
Sure.
and then kind of fade out and start watching, like, Fright Night again or something like that. So
Sure.
this is going to hold me accountable. And, coming into this, I have seen them. Like, I mean, I've seen the Christopher Lee Dracula movies and I really do like them. I've seen Curse of the Werewolf. I like that. I saw, what is the other one? Circus, Vampire Circus. I thought that was cool. So, I mean, the ones that I've seen, I actually did enjoy because I feel like with these movies, it's a very calm tone to it where, a lot of these other movies that I'm used to is just bonkers balls to the walls. This is like at least some of the ones that I've seen are very more chill. It's almost like a comforting horror movie to me. So I'm curious to kind of see how these kind of pan out as we go across the board and you introduce me to ones that I haven't seen. For sure. But before we get started, I'll see who is early birds in the chat here. Say what's up to you guys, and I'll have Daniel start me on his list. Antonis is in the house. What is going on? Dino is here. Vanderhoff is here. William Cinema is here. 304 Horror is in the house. Saturn Video says, I'm taking the horror plunge. Finally. Yes. 304 Horror says, popcorn check, drink check. Thumbs up check, ready for the horror show. The Hammer Horror Show, yes, it is Hammer time. So, guys, definitely hit that like button if you are checking this out for me and Daniel here. We got Jim in the house. Life is Good is here. What does he say here? Finally been waiting for 2 days for this. Wow. I appreciate
He's
that.
hyped. He or she.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, I like
Tony is
Life
there.
is Good's profile picture is the Lindsay Baker box set from Severin.
Look at that.
I remember I was obsessed with that box set when it first came out. I was like, I have to have this, and then I got it, and it's fun.
Dude, I don't have that.
It's a Giallo Films and Umberto Lenzi made with actress Carol Baker. I mean, the first movie in there is literally titled Orgasmo, so that kind of tells you what you're in for with these movies.
Not Orgasmo like that comedy one
No,
from back in the day.
it's a Giallo from I think the late 60s, but it's a lot heavier on the sex than on the murder, as the title would tell you.
304 says he loves the gothic vibe of Hammer films. So again, it's going to bring up a whole new crop of people, I think, when it comes to this stuff. People who love it, people who don't know much about it, and people who just aren't into it. So it'll be interesting to kind of see what people have to say. Saturn Video is here. He says Hammer has some of my all-time favorite movies. Stream is probably going to introduce new viewers to films. Exactly. That's kind of exactly what I was saying. Theme Extreme, what's up? Go check out Theme Extreme. Thanks for being here, man. Fight the Good Fight. What I Do This. They're two of my faves. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely going to be in the mood for those. Hoping for a nice, Sunday, relaxing, just slamming some of these out. Throwback Ben is in the house. Hammer horror definitely equals atmosphere.
For sure.
Curse of Frankenstein 4K. What do you think about that, bud?
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I remember when Warner Archive first released their Blu-ray. That was incredibly exciting for me because I had first I had it on DVD, then I had an old UK Blu-ray, which is Blu-ray, but it frankly did not look very good. I'd never seen that movie looking good. And the Warner Archive Blu-ray was like a revelation. That was a huge deal. So I'm not sure how much of an upgrade this is going to be over that Blu-ray, but I'm certainly curious to check it out. But the Warner Archive Blu-ray is fantastic.
So yeah, okay. So it's good to know. Like, I'm gonna be curious about some of these. Like, my first thing is I'm a physical media lover at heart. So if you're gonna recommend these to me, most of them I'm probably gonna try to hunt down physically first, and see what's out there. And then I'm going to take the rest and see if I can find them elsewhere if I don't end up picking them up. But I do have this. I told you before, I have this Hammer horror pack that I bought specifically for this time of month. Now, is there some in here that you picked? That's remained to be seen. So I do have this thing, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 movies on here. I've seen 1 of the 8. So
Curse of the Werewolf. Yeah.
Yes.
I do have some of those.
Okay, perfect. So that'll help me out there. But yeah, I mean, we can get into it for sure. I mean, we got 10 to talk about. He can kind of talk a little bit about them without spoiling them for me, but tell me a little bit about each one, and we'll kind of go down the list here and see what the chat kind of has to say.
Sweet. All right.
All right, buddy.
We jumping right in?
I got my notepad right here. I'm going to write it all down. So we got
okay, good. Old school. I appreciate that. So I put these in chronological release order. So we're just going to go from the late 50s up to the 70s. And yeah, you told me ahead of time. I avoided all the ones you said you told me you'd seen, which were Horror of Dracula, Curse of the Werewolf, Vampire Circus. You told me you'd seen Twins of Evil, so I left that off. And I think you'd also said you'd seen like Dracula AD 1972, which didn't matter. It would be nowhere near my list. I don't think it's very good. But we're going to kick off with the movie that started it all for their gothic horror, and that is Curse of Frankenstein. So this is at least pretty close to being actually my favorite Hammer film, but it is not their first movie, but it's their first color gothic horror film where they started their trend of like, let's remake the Universal Monsters movies, but make them bloodier and sexier. And that's what they did here. But it's really, really different from the Universal Frankenstein because it very much focuses on Dr. Frankenstein, played by Peter Cushing, and he's a villain. So he is a devious, evil, mad scientist who is just hell-bent on making a creature by any means necessary. And Christopher Lee, of course, plays the creature. The franchise as a whole is interesting because it follows Peter Cushing's doctor instead of following the monster, which the Universal Frankenstein movies always followed the monster. And so it's all the movies are just like, what's he going to create next? But it's a fantastic movie. Peter Cushing's performance is insanely good. Like, he's so much fun as this devious doctor. And I'm pretty sure it's the goriest movie of the 1950s. I don't know if anybody can dispute that. But when you watch this, you put your headspace, this came out in the 50s. Like, he's got all these bloody body parts around, putting them together. And it's pretty wild. So it was kind of controversial when it came out. But then by the time they made their Dracula, kind of critics and everybody started coming around on this, but I think it's awesome. I don't know exactly when the 4K is going to come out, so I don't know if you could just go straight to that. But like I said, this Blu-ray is really, really good. Now, do you know if that Blu-ray is still available now the 4K is released, or is that something that's been out of print for a while, and that's why everybody's excited? Warner Archive, it's a fairly recent release, actually. And Warner Archive stuff practically never goes out of print. So I don't think so. I will check on 4K release date. Okay, October 14th. So yeah, you could just go straight to 4K as long as you just hold this to the back half of the month. Awesome. Yeah, Saturn Video said
a lot of people talk about.
Yep.
Saturn Video said for the goriest of the 50s, between this and Fiend Without a Face. I've not seen Fiend Without a Face, so I'm going to have to look that up. I've seen Eyes Without a Face, but not Fiend.
Oh, yeah. All right. Seems like he knows what's going on. Saturn,
Yeah.
he seems like he's a big fan over there. He's excited for Cursed.
I think Saturn Video is a video store. I think. I can't remember if he's who I'm thinking of, but I think he has a video store. Yeah, that's a movie, Fiend Without a Face, 1958. I'm going to have to watch that. Thank you.
Awesome. You're adding that to your list now. See, so we're both winning tonight.
Absolutely.
I love it. All right. So the first one is Curse of Frankenstein.
That's right. Okay.
All right.
I feel weird that I'm just going to burn through these. Like I'm expecting like, what's your pick, Garrett? But no.
No, this is like, for me tonight. This was like, I'm good. I'm lazy tonight. I don't have to even prep. I was like, I'm good. As long as I have it set up, Daniel's going to run the show here.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Ooh, also, I keep looking at chat. Lewis totally said, have you ever seen The Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism starring Christopher Lee? I don't know if Lewis is the one, but there is somebody who watches my channel who comments on every video I make telling me to watch The Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism.
Really?
And I still have not done it, so I've got to watch it. But yeah, Lewis, I don't know if that's you, but somebody who watches my channel is obsessed with that movie.
The Keymaster. It's got to be him.
Yeah. Okay, so my next one is The Phantom of the Opera, which is in your box set. So you already have this one, but this is the Scream Factory release. And this is my favorite Phantom of the Opera. I like it better than the Lon Chaney one, the Claude Rains one, the Robert Englund one. So it's an interesting take on it, in that the Phantom is more sympathetic. So he's not just a psycho crazy monster like Lon Chaney Phantom is. And also there isn't a romance between him and Christine, which is weird for Phantom. So he's more like a mentor to her without creeping up on her. But it is, Herbert Lom plays the Phantom. So I love Herbert Lom. I think he's such a great actor. He's so fun. And actually this is just a fun fact. They wanted Cary Grant to be the lead in this, and it like almost happened, but it didn't happen. So Herbert Lom is the Phantom. I think he's great. I love his mask. You see it like covers his whole face, but one eye. So he looks real creepy. It does have a romance in there, just not with the Phantom, with this guy and Christine. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just like a really good story. It's one of the more like classy Hammer films. So it's not necessarily that violent, although there are some kills. I just think like it's the Phantom of the Opera movie that I've seen that like I care about the story the most, and I care about the Phantom the most. And it's just like a good revenge movie. Because actually, the true villain of the movie is Michael Gough, who people know Alfred from the Batman movies, and he's in a lot of Hammer films, and he's this horrible, devious guy. So it's a good like underdog getting his revenge kind of movie. And it's great. And also, unlike the Claude Rains one, it's not packed with a bunch of opera musical numbers. So that's nice. It's merciful.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I mean, I liked the Phantom story, so
yeah,
I'm sure I'll dig it for sure. Seems like other people in here, like Saturn says he really likes the Robert Englund one. You know what's funny is I have that Robert Englund one, and I don't remember anything about it at all.
You know what's funny? I saw it not that long ago, and I feel like I don't remember much about it. Like it was kind of in one ear, out the other. I watched it, and I was like, yeah, this is okay. And then I kind of forgot about it immediately.
I mean, I will say that what I've seen, though, in my opinion, I think that Christopher Lee is my favorite Dracula adaptation. Like him as Dracula, I feel like is my favorite.
I did bring my Dracula NECA.
Oh, dude, I have that, but he's still in the box. Look at how cool he looks out in the box, man. Did you get the Cushing one too?
I haven't yet. I was actually at Best Buy recently, and they had it. But I'd like spent too much money recently, and I didn't grab it. But I do need to, because that was always my dream as a kid. Is I always wanted a Christopher Lee Dracula and a Peter Cushing Van Helsing action figures, but they didn't exist when I was a kid. So
Isn't
it's pretty
it so funny though that we're getting everything? Like we're like, man, if I had these as a kid, I would have went nuts. Like
exactly.
There's a lot I see now that I'm like, man. I mean, I'm spoiling myself now, but as a kid, I would have wanted all this stuff. Like I was such a Nintendo kid. My dad, I think I've talked about this before. He literally used to open Nintendo Powers, and we'd cut out like pictures of characters, and he'd like super glue like cardboard to the back of them, and we'd play around with them like they were figures. We had to like basically make them from scratch. You go into a toy store now and they have like so many Nintendo action figures. I'm like, dude, my brother and I would have went absolutely bonkers for this stuff. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, like you said, that Cushing and that Christopher Lee figures, it's like, man, that would have been so sick to have those, even in your early 20s and stuff like that, like when these things first started to come out. I had Joe Testa on here. I don't know if you're familiar with Joe, but he was showing me about these figures that I had talked about as a kid when I was at recess. And there was this one kid, Eric, playing with like horror figures, like in like 5th or 4th grade or something. And I was so enamored with them. And he found them for me. Like, I forget the name of the brand or whatever, but yeah, it's like this old school, like random brand used to find at like pharmacies and stuff like that of all those characters. It's wild.
Okay.
But
Cool.
it's super classic. I don't know if you ever had anything like that as a kid.
No, I don't think I did.
No horror figures, Dracula figures growing up.
I had those McDonald's ones. No, Burger King. The Burger King ones. They were like this tall. There was this limited line. Burger King put out Universal Monsters figures. There was Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and the Creature from the Black Lagoon. And I had all those. I wish I still had them.
Way.
They're kind of like an infamous horror collector thing now. I don't know if you can get them like on eBay or something like that. Oh, you know what I did
sick.
also have? I had the
What?
sideshow figures. I just remember this. The 12-inch sideshow figures.
You had
So I
those?
had
Like the
yeah,
statues?
they're not statues. They're like opposable dolls.
Okay.
But I had Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Werewolf of London. I had as well. The Mummy. Yeah, so it's all coming back to me now. I did have a fair amount of Universal Monsters figures.
See, dude? See how we're bringing up old
Yeah,
stuff and now you're remembering? Where are those
yeah.
now? Do you know?
Actually, I do. I think I've got them in a box
Oh,
in my
okay.
storage
So it's
closet
not
over
like they're
here.
just gone.
Yeah, so I do have those.
That's sick. Um, so we got 2 down. Phantom of the Opera is number 2, which again is on my
Yeah.
set, which will be easy for me to watch.
Yep.
I'll probably dive into one of these this weekend. But
Sweet.
man, what do you got for number 3, Daniel?
Okay, number 3. This was the last one I put on the list. I really went back and forth. And I put it on because I love it. It's a top 5 Hammer movie for me. I'm not sure how much you're gonna love it. This is the one I feel the least confident about. Also, the physical media of it's kind of weird, but it's the Gorgon. So I have it on this double feature pack with the 2 Faces of Dr. Jekyll, and it's also in this Hammer Ultimate Collection, this 20 film set that Mill Creek put out. So you can get it either of these ways. And then Indicator also put it out individually, but that's
what is it called?
UK. It's called the Gorgon. Right there.
G-O.
Yeah, Gorgon.
I gotcha. Okay.
So what it is, it's almost the only Medusa horror film ever made. Ooh. Where it's a monster movie about a Medusa creature, a woman with snake head, like you get in Clash of the Titans. And honestly, one of the last couple of VHS movies has a Medusa segment. I was like, it's a Gorgon. But it's about this village that's cursed by this Gorgon that lives in this castle up on the hill. And when anybody sees her, they turn to stone. So people in the village keep turning to stone and they need help. So it's got an all-star cast. It's got Peter Cushing. It's got Christopher Lee. It's got Barbara Shelley, who's my favorite actress of Hammer. And it's got a bunch of other people as well. I call this one of the greatest facial hair movies ever made because like every guy in it has like this dramatic facial hair. Like Cushing's got mutton chops and Christopher Lee's got this big bushy mustache. And Christopher Lee's not a bad guy in this. He gets to be like kind of a hero, but kind of a weird, kooky hero, and he's fun. It's just like it's a great story, but it's like partially it is horror, but it's also kind of dark fantasy because it's about, a Greek mythology figure and it's got a little bit of that dark fantasy kind of feel to it. But it is one of my top Hammer films. I think it's so good. It's so interesting and it's just unique. Like I just love that, they made vampire movies and werewolf movies, but like they also made a Gorgon movie. That's pretty weird.
I like that.
And I think it's great.
I mean, I like the different stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm interested for sure. Now, you said there's a couple different editions that I can hunt down. I mean, even if I can
Yeah.
get these on streaming or DVD, I'll still probably
Yeah.
snag some that way.
This is one that's pretty much always on Tubi. It's one of the Hammer films you pretty much always count on to be there. Yeah, this is probably out of print. This is an old double feature from Mill Creek. But yeah, there's this 20 film collection that Mill Creek put out. It's on this.
I remember that set.
Yeah.
Is it a DVD set?
No, it's a Blu-ray set.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty cool set. There's it's definitely a set. If you're going to watch them all, it's for Hammer deep dive people, because there's like a lot of non-horror stuff in here too, because Hammer actually did do a lot of different genres. Yeah, there's a lot of wild stuff on here. But
now let me ask you this. Are you interested or getting any of those big Hammer sets they're announcing, or is that just kind of not, you don't need all that?
I don't really need all that. I have the Captain Kronos one because they sent it to me. So I unboxed it and I reviewed it on the channel. But they haven't reached out to me to do that again, and I haven't reached back out to them. Yeah, I'm not really as a whole into these giant collector's edition things as a whole. Like, that's just not the kind of collector that I am. Yeah. And I kind of feel like physical media is moving away from me, where I'm like I want to buy movies, I want to watch them, I don't want it to be too expensive. But the community as a whole is like, we want it to be as big and fancy and as expensive as possible. And that's just not my thing. I don't really buy those much.
I'm kind of, I'm in the middle, like I like cool sets, like the thicker boxes we're getting, like, they're doing the Turtles box set. I'm excited for that. But I think I'm really starting to kind of shy away from like the overly big editions where they're like, they don't even fit on the shelf anymore. Like I got that Never Ending Story set. And to be honest, as cool as that is, and it was, like, I look at it now and I wish I did not get it. Yeah. Because it's just awkward. Like it's up on a shelf now, like laying flat. Like if unless you have a coffee table that can sit on, it's really hard to display it. So like a lot of these editions coming out now, especially from things like Via Vision and stuff like that, where they're just these overly big editions. Like I'm kind of done with that, because what am I going to do with it? I can't do anything with these editions that don't fit on a shelf anymore. So I'm kind of falling out of like getting too crazy. Like I know everybody's excited for that new Keep set, which was really cool, but like it was gigantic. Like, I mean, I don't need anything like that. So, I'm falling in that vein where it's like
perfect,
Yeah, like that was fine, and I had it, so I wasn't going to upgrade and get this massive set that I don't even know what I would do with it. Like it wouldn't even fit on a bookshelf, really. So, I'm kind of falling in. I hope they don't keep going that route of just making these massive sets. Like even the Silent Night, Deadly Night set coming out from Via Vision has got 1 and 2 in there, but it comes with a VHS, which is cool. But then it's housed in like this huge box that's like,
I haven't even heard about that one.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's probably about like this big, and then inside it's got all the fun stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of like, can't go too overboard with that where it's too crazy. But you've told me that before. When it comes to the movies, you're a little more minimalist with it, for the shelf. And that's why there's been times where I've had some shit sitting around that I've upgraded, and I'm just like, I'll send it to you if you don't care. Sometimes people are like, I don't want a Blu-ray, I need a 4K, and you're kind of like,
yeah. I have one guy who watches my channel who like, he consistently upgrades everything to 4K, and he just sends me all the Blu-rays, so I get like all his discards. It's pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, take what you can get. If you don't care about that stuff, I mean, it's a win-win for you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like that.
What is it called? Another man's trash is another man's treasure,
Yeah, totally. Yeah. The Captain Kronos 4K set I have, it is a 6-disc set for one movie. And I'm like, this is not necessary. I remember I was on a live stream once, and we were talking with a group of people. We were talking about the opera set from Severin. And I said, it's too expensive, I'm not going to buy it. And someone in the chat said, like, it comes with 5 discs. It's a deal. And I'm like, I don't need 5 discs. It's one movie. Like, it's like nobody questions, like, do we need this?
No, we don't question it. It is kind of is what it is. But yeah, I mean, it's, again, I think, for you've got other things that you focus more on. So to that, it's like, if you just can get stuff that fits in those shelves, regardless of the, what format it is, then, it's a win for you. But hey, if you do stuff like this, I mean, again, why I have you on the show today is because, I know you're really big into this stuff more than the average person that's on YouTube. So that's why you're here. And if Hammer and you have the availability to get some of those sets sent for you to review to review, you might as well just keep that door open because, you're the guy that would be the one I think that they'd want to send it to review because you're the person who knows about this stuff more than the average person. So keep that door open. If you don't want to spend money on that, but you're like, I'd like to have them, then you reach back out and say, hey, what's the next one? I'll do a review on it or something,
maybe they didn't like that when I unboxed that one. I straight up said, I never would have paid for this. I'll take it.
It could have been, but I mean, hey, you gotta be honest like that. You have to be. And if they don't appreciate that, then it's, it's on them. Like, I mean, they have to understand that you can't just send them something with the idea of like, they have to say it's okay. I've made that damn clear a lot of times. And hey, maybe that kind of screwed me over with some stuff. I mean, Viavision is one. I haven't got sent more stuff from them after I kind of talked not bad about it, but I was just like, we didn't need this, it's cool and all, but we kind of already have this. So I get it. But hey, if you can get it, you might as well just ask, I guess, because they're cool sets, but like you said, they're not necessary.
Yeah. It is a cool set. It looks pretty on the shelf, and the 4K transfer is beautiful. It has never looked half that good before.
What do you mean? I can't fit it on the shelf. I still buy it. I'm not buying anything I can't fit on the shelf anymore. Just said that. Let me see. What people say in comments is just a bunch of empty cases. Doesn't actually have all those TVs. Somebody said that to me the other day. Is that a new thing or something?
I haven't heard anyone say that, so I don't know.
Oh, somebody said to me the other day, they're like, I know those cases back there don't have anything inside. Like, I just like print out like stuff on my printer and throw it on like a shelf or something.
That seems like a lot of work. Like, for what?
Just to create. Well, it's funny because people will sometimes say, nice green screen. I'm like, bro, there's like a television gone right there. What are you talking about? This is real.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, it was this little bastard. Look at it. It was him.
He's just trying to spread rumors like, oh, people are saying things. I don't know.
Yeah. What other word on the street is? The word in the community is. Sick green screen, though. I love it. Does look like you're in a green screen, too. Look at that. That room's looking sweet, man.
I don't even know how to do a green screen.
No, but the room's looking good, man. It looks great.
Yeah,
I like that cabinet right there, like fits perfectly for you.
It does. Yeah. It's a antique radio, actually.
Now, is that something that you're like, I just want this here and you bought it? Or did you come across it and say like, wow, that would look cool in here?
I grew up with that in my house all the time. It was my dad's. I think it got passed down from the family. I think he may have had it in his house when he was a kid. So as long as I can remember, it's been around when I was growing up. And my dad said to me the other day, a while ago, he said, I'm finally going to get rid of this. Like, do you want it? And I was like, yes, do not get rid of that. I will take it. And I put it right back there.
I love it. It looks great back there. It's, it's unique. It kind of fits you and stuff. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Sure. But this isn't what I have, but this would be nice for a lot of people that want to start YouTube channels. Just get DVD shelf wallpaper and they can just throw it on the wall back there. Do a video.
That's so funny.
Mel actually does a green screen. There was one time that we did like a show and I everything was fine. And then after the show, she was like, oh, I'm in Hawaii, by the way. So I gotta go. I'm like,
yeah.
She had like a green screen of her backdrop behind her. I'm like, you're in Hawaii, and why did you tell me you could do a show? Like,
that's sly. That's good.
You want to do a show? Sure, I'll do one. Like on vacation. So wild.
That's crazy.
Let me see. All right. This guy's killing me. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Was there a real nude version of Tomb Raider on Sega Saturn? I have Tomb Raider for Sega Saturn. I don't recall that.
I'm sure you can make that with AI now. So
I'm sure. I don't know what it's gonna like back then. You were probably like, oh sweet, this is gonna be awesome. Now you're kind of like, the graphics were awful for Tomb Raider for Sega Saturn. That would have looked brutal.
I've never played a Tomb Raider game.
Oh no, the first one was fantastic when it first came out. I literally thought it was like, I was like mind blown at that game when I first got it because it was unlike anything I'd ever played before. But now, I don't know if it's going to do it justice, but it's pretty sick, man. Good game. All right, man. We are on number 4. What we
Number
got?
4. Excited about this one. Had to be here. Plague of the Zombies. Man, one of my favorite Hammer movies. It's so good. It is their only zombie movie. And interesting thing about it is it actually predates Night of the Living Dead by a couple of years. It came out in 1966. So it is still that old fashioned kind of zombie where it's a voodoo zombie. So you've got a voodoo practitioner who's doing magic and raising people from the dead that way. Because George Romero hadn't changed the genre yet. But it's a lot closer to a George Romero zombie movie than anything that had come before. Like most voodoo zombie movies don't feel anything like zombie movies. This one does. The zombies look really cool. They're all green and they've got rotting flesh and everything. Definitely the coolest looking zombies had ever been up to this point. And the plot itself is kind of a little bit of a Dracula knockoff where like, it's not starring Peter Cushing, it's starring a guy named Andre Morel, but he's very much like the Van Helsing stand-in, comes into this small village where they think there's a plague going on. People keep dropping dead, but they find out people are also rising from the graves. And it turns out there's this evil rich guy in the town and he's doing voodoo magic and raising people from the dead. So not turning them into vampires, turning them into zombies. But it feels a lot like a Dracula kind of thing, but it's awesome. And it has a special place in my heart because it's the movie that made me realize that I love Hammer movies. I don't just love like Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. Because before that, I was just like, I'm a big fan of Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. But then I saw this one, it didn't have either of them. And I still thought it was so good. And man, I just loved it. I think it's such a blast. Plague of the Zombies.
Nice. Yeah, Saturn agrees.
Cool.
Yeah. Plague of the Zombies. Now, what is that edition you have? Is that just a Blu-ray from anybody? Is that a Screen Factory or anything like that?
Screen Factory.
Okay.
I was so excited when this got announced because this had long been a movie that I really wanted to see, but it wasn't really available. It was really hard to get. It's still not on streaming. I don't understand what's going on. It's still not on streaming for any price. But then this got announced that I pre-ordered it and watched it right away. And oh, I was so in love with it.
Nice. Do you know if all those Hammer Screen Factory ones are out of print or...
Some
still
of them
hanging around?
are. This one's not. I know because I do physical media links for all the movies I talk about in all my videos, and I talked about this one recently, and I linked it, so it's still on Amazon.
Okay.
It's not out of print. Some of them went out of print, and I think like some are maybe going to Kino. Like Kino was going to put out Scars of Dracula on 4K, but they announced it forever ago, and it hasn't happened, so I don't know if that fell through. But yeah, they lost a few of them. I don't remember which.
Yeah, I was hoping that somebody picked them up and maybe put out like just like either a boatload of 4Ks or a set or something like that because Screen Factory was doing a lot for a while. They were pumping out a bunch of those.
They really were.
And where's like who has like AD and all that now? Like all those ones. Like where because I only have a DVD 4-pack of like they have all those ones. Okay.
Warner Archive did AD 1972 and Satanic Rites of Dracula. And then Curse of Frankenstein. I think that's all the Hammer they've done. Yeah, Hammer's weird because, they're a British company, but they pretty much always partnered with American companies, but different ones. So some Hammer movies are Universal, some are Warner Brothers, some are other studios. So the rights are kind of all over the place. I remember back in the day, I bought a region-free player mostly so I could get UK Blu-rays of Hammer movies. And then Screen Factory started pumping them out like right away. And I was like, oh, okay. Cool.
It's always how it is, man.
Yeah.
Always. It's like you pick something up and I think to myself, oh God, I'm going to buy this and it's going to come out. Someone's going to announce it.
Yeah.
Sure enough. Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So Plague of the Zombies is definitely going to be one that I'm going to check out in the month of October. Hopefully that's why I want to do this now. So it gives me a little bit of a buffer to get these things in and start hammering them out. Okay, so Saturn says Horror of Dracula, Satanic Rites, AD are all one archive. They're all
Horror
part of the
Dracula
4-pack I have. There's 4 on there. I forget what the last one is.
Cool.
It's those ones, and then I do have an Anchor Bay one. I think of Prince of Darkness, I think, and Scars maybe.
Okay, Anchor Bay,
but I haven't seen
DVD,
either of them. I haven't even watched those 2 yet.
Okay. Prince of Dark. Neither of those are on the list, though. Prince of Darkness is good. It's just like very basic. It's like the most basic vampire movie. Scars is not so good, I don't think.
Okay, so you think the other ones like horror, satanic, those are better than those other two? Scars and
No,
Prince.
horror is the best. Satanic Rites is not so good. I think AD 1972 is pretty bad. The Dracula series, like, it's great for 5 movies, and then after that, I think it kind of goes off a cliff.
Okay. I mean, I didn't mind 72. Is it just you didn't like it just because it was very different and weird?
Um, I actually did a deep dive review on it recently, so I'm kind of trying to remember, like last year.
I'll don't even worry about it. I'll go check it out then and see what you said.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. And you guys too, if you want to hear what he thinks about AD, go check out his channel and check out his deep dive into Dracula AD 1972. What up, Corey? I see you in there. All right, number 5. We're halfway.
Okay. So Plague of the Zombies was 1966. This one's 1966 too, because they released 4 movies that year and kind of filmed them practically at the same time. So they share a lot of sets. And this is Rasputin the Mad Monk. So they filmed this one like pretty much at the same time as Dracula, Prince of Darkness. And they like a lot of the same cast, a lot of the same sets. But I think this one is the better one. And it's Christopher Lee as the historical figure, Rasputin, kind of an occult figure, a mystic. It's supposed to be like kind of a biopic. It's not historically accurate. They were actually threatened lawsuit from Rasputin's like surviving family. So they had to put a disclaimer at the beginning of the movie that it's fiction. But it's really different and really interesting. And Christopher Lee gives such a great performance. Like, he famously, for as good as he is as Dracula, he famously kind of hated that role because he didn't like the way Hammer treated the character. But this, like, you can tell he was really into it. And he gives like a really sinister, cool performance as Rasputin. He even has a dance number. He's like in a bar, in a pub, and he does this whole like traditional Russian dance, and it's kind of awesome. This also has Barbara Shelley. It's kind of sexy. I think the two of them, they have this like kind of demented romance, and it's got some good sex appeal to it as well. And it's just really, really interesting. Cool occultism kind of themes, good characters. I really like it. I think it's cool.
Who put that one out? What is that case right there?
Oh yeah, this is one of my UK Blu-rays. So this is a Studio Canal, but it's Screen Factory put it out like not long after I bought this. So I'm not positive if it's one of the ones that's still in print, but they did put it out.
All right, perfect. Does anybody in the chat know anything about Rasputin, the Mad Monk? Nobody's mentioned that one. Usually when you say something, people are chiming in. Nobody said anything about Rasputin.
Yeah, it's one of the lesser known ones, probably because like it doesn't have a traditional, monster or something like that. But so I don't think it's as well known, but it's good. It's cool.
All right.
That's funny. This one guy says, "You remember Twins of Evil?" Yes, I do. I love Twins of Evil. Had a Jimmy Fallon looking vampire. I guess he does look kind of like Jimmy Fallon. I never thought of that before.
Totally looked like Fallon.
Oh man,
you guys are out of control. I have that one. I've seen it. I haven't seen it in a little while. There was another one. What's the? I'll let you pick all these, and I'll mention one afterwards.
Okay, cool.
Just because it might be on the list. All right, we'll go to number 6.
Sweet. All right, number 6. We're going 1967. We're going back to the Frankenstein series with Frankenstein Created Woman. I feel very confident you will like this because it's a wild movie. It is incredibly unique for a Frankenstein film. So like I said, these movies, they follow the doctor and not the monster. So it's always like, what is this crazy mad scientist up to now? Here he is. The title makes it sound like it's going to be their version of Bride of Frankenstein, but it's totally not. He's experimenting with the soul, and he's trying to like trap the soul after death so he can put the soul into a different body. And it ends up being this really cool revenge movie about this couple who is very severely wronged. And Dr. Frankenstein takes their bodies, does some stuff to revive them, possibly in the same body. And it ends up being this revenge thing where they're going to kill all these guys that wronged them. and it's really weird. It's interesting. It's late 60s, so they're getting a little sexier, a little more risque with stuff. It's got some blood and such, as you would hope to find. And this actress who plays the woman who Frankenstein created, Susan Denberg, is just like insanely gorgeous in this, as a lot of women are in Hammer films. But love this. This is my second favorite of the Frankenstein series because like it's so wild. I think you'll like it a lot.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for that one for sure. Frankenstein created woman. Let's see if that's on this list. No. Okay. He says it's sexy. And he says it's incredibly unique and weird as hell. He loves it. It's kind of what he was saying. Now, what is this? Have I seen the new trailer for Bride?
I was wondering what that is too. When I hear people in horror circles say the word bride, I kind of assume it's a Frankenstein thing. It's like Bride of Frankenstein, but I doubt it because there's a Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein movie about to come out. So I don't think there's also a Bride movie. So I'm not sure.
Have you ever reviewed Horror Express?
I've seen it. I've never reviewed it. I've seen it once and like I liked it okay, but it kind of disappointed me based on its reputation. It's not a Hammer movie. I can't remember what company is behind it. I think it's a Spanish movie actually. But yeah, I remember being like, okay, but I need to give it another chance.
All right, where are we going, Daniel? We're on number 7.
Number 7. Okay. More Christopher Lee in an interesting role, and another Studio Canal Blu-ray that Screen Factory has put out. The Devil Rides Out. This is another one I feel confident that you'll like. This is one of the most common movies to be people's favorite Hammer film. I hear people say that a lot. So like, it's not one of my top favorites, but it's a lot of people's favorite. And it's a satanic cult movie. Christopher Lee is just like this super badass, no nonsense devil hunter. So he's like the Van Helsing of the movie, but this guy who knows all about the devil and demons and cults, and he's going to go after him. And it's about like, I think like one of his friend's son got sucked into a devil cult. So they're trying to get him out. And there's also this woman who's maybe like a little bit possessed or under the satanic cult's rule. And they're trying to detox her out of it. And, it's got actor Charles Gray as the satanic cult leader, and he's really, really good. It's just like if you're just into like a typical satanic cult horror movie, this one totally delivers. It's got those good cult sequences. You actually see the devil in here, and he's like this goat-headed man monster, which is pretty cool. This one is weird though, in that it has some pretty bad special effects. And most Hammer films, it's all practical, it's makeup, so like it doesn't really age that much. This has got a lot of like optical effects, which is kind of weird for Hammer. Like there's a scene where they get attacked by a giant tarantula, and of course it's just an optical effect for a tarantula made to look big. It doesn't look very good. But looking past that stuff, it's really cool and it's very different, and it goes all in with you know, God versus Satan themes, and I like it a lot. It's fun.
Oh yeah. So they're saying it's Christian Bale Frankenstein monster.
What?
In the
How many Frankenstein movies are coming out right now? That's crazy.
I haven't heard anything about this.
I can't see Christian Bale as the Frankenstein monster. That doesn't fit for me. Did you see the movie from the 80s? I believe it's just called The Bride. And it's got like Sting as Dr. Frankenstein and Clancy Brown as the monster.
Oh, I've never seen this.
It's interesting. Somebody like in the comments recommended it to me and I checked it out. So it's from the 80s. It's called The Bride. It's kind of like made like a Bride of Frankenstein sequel. But yeah, Sting is the doctor. I can't remember her name, but the actress who bites Nicolas Cage in Vampire's Kiss, she's the bride.
Okay.
It's weird. Yeah, it's not like a super high recommend, but it's like, this is an interesting thing that exists, and it's kind of cool. Yeah, Jennifer Beals. That's it.
Can Bride of Chucky be considered a Frankenstein movie?
It's influenced by it.
Sure, yeah. Sure. Oh, man, I have a lot of movies to buy, dude. All right, number... That's going to be me when we're done. I'm going to be searching these out. I know Screen Factory has a sale right now. I wonder if any of these are on there.
Oh, good. I didn't know that.
Yeah. All right. So this is funny. Dino says it's a Bride of Frankenstein movie directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal.
What?
Bale's Frankenstein.
What is this world?
I don't know. But that's wild too. Like Maggie Gyllenhaal's directing it and Bale's Frankenstein. Like, are they an item? Because wasn't she in Batman with him?
She was. I didn't know if they're an item, but I guess that wouldn't be a shock.
Hmm.
Um, it looks real art house by the pictures.
Are you getting a glimpse of Bale? Can you say if you agree with it or not, the way he looks? Are they showing you
Uh,
anything?
he kind of looks like Jared Leto's Joker. To be
Does he really? It's like they're just
Except
making
instead
Batman
of
into
tattoos, it's
Frankenstein
like
or something?
stitches, but he's like, I don't know, he looks like he's supposed to be a rapper. He's like holding out his shirt and like this, and he's got scars in here.
What? What?
It
No,
looks weird.
hold on. Let me look it up.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know. I will just say I have a lot more faith in Del Toro's Frankenstein right now. That's for sure.
hold on. Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Hold on. He kind of looks like William Dafoe or something. Oh, I see him now. Oh, that's interesting.
That's coming out March 2026 in 1930s Chicago. So it's Prohibition Frankenstein.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Oh, they give life to a murderous woman as the bride, sparking romance, police interest, and radical social change.
Wait a minute.
Interesting.
Is this? He doesn't
Even
have a
has Jake
tattoo, does
Gyllenhaal.
he? That's not a tat under there, is it?
I think it's just scars, but it looks like Jared Leto Joker.
It does kind of look like that.
Oh
Holy
man.
Jesus.
Oh, somebody
That's
said
interesting.
Maggie is married to Peter Skarsgård. He's in this too. I see him in the cast. He is detective.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Interesting. It does have a kind of interesting look
Yeah.
to it.
Did
I haven't
you
seen
have
anything
you?
on the Del Toro the one though either.
Oh, it looks so good. God, I've been so
Really?
excited for
All
that.
right.
It's such a great trailer. Have you seen the trailer for also there's this upcoming Dracula movie coming out and it's starring I cannot remember the guy's name. It's such a weird choice for Dracula, but it looks interesting. It seems like it's just about Dracula like in many different generations like throughout the centuries. I don't know.
No.
I think who is that guy that made Leon the Professional and The Fifth Element, that French guy? He's
I
directing it.
He is, huh?
Yeah. Anyway.
Do you know what? Do you know who I feel like was a real good he wasn't Dracula, but I feel like Sarandon would have been a good Dracula. Like, do you feel like
Oh, I mean, he
Sarandon in
practically
Fright Night was
was
a
in
great?
Fright
Yeah, but
Night.
doesn't he? Didn't
Yeah.
he fit it so well? Like, I feel
Oh,
like he had
yeah.
such a great look.
I mean, he's damn close to being just my favorite vampire ever. He's so awesome.
It
The
worked so
coolest.
well. Like, I'm like, it kind of bums me out that we didn't get to see him in more stuff, like as that character or something like that, like a
Yeah,
prequel
yeah.
or something, you know?
I controversially, I'm not as big a Fright Night 2 fan as a lot of people are, and one reason is because there's no Sarandon, and I really miss him.
Mm,
I do like the actress. I can't remember her name. I do like the actress who plays his sister.
mm-hmm.
I'm also really missing. I can't remember actors' names when I go live. The love interest.
Amanda, Amy,
Yeah,
but her
Amy.
real name is Amanda
Yeah, and she's
Beers.
not in it either. And, Amanda Beers. That's it.
Hmm.
And I miss her.
Well, well, it's
So
funny because so there's a new doc. Well, it's not new, but there's the documentary that's out now on Fright Night 1 and 2, and it was actually part 2 was supposed to be like Evil Ed was supposed to be the main guy, and he ended up turning it down to do 976 Evil. He was going to be the main.
oh,
He was going to be like the main villain
oh, how
along with
interesting.
Dandridge's sister, and then he turned it down. So they took that they took another guy. Oh, the dude who was like kind of the wolf that played
The
in like
werewolf
Monster
guy.
Squad. Yeah, like that guy or whatever. Was he in
Yeah.
Monster Squad as well? Anyway, so he took the role over as that was supposed to be Evil Ed's part, but he ended up choosing 976 Evil over that role. But yeah, so again, without him too, I think that kind of he was a great character, very memorable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have loved to see more Sarandon, man. Like I think I might have just seen that movie right place at the right time. So to me, he always felt like he was right in there with Dracula's.
Yeah, he totally is. I'd say like my favorite vampires on screen is Sarandon in Fright Night, Christopher Lee Dracula, and Gary Oldman Dracula. I think those are the best vampires. But you'd probably
Um,
have Kiefer from Lost Boys, I'm guessing.
I mean, I think Kiefer's a cool vampire. I love him as a vampire, but I don't think he could have ever played like a Dracula role.
No, he's way too.
But I
he's
like
very
him as a
American.
vampire. I'm trying to think of anybody else that really stands out. Like, I mean, Barlow from Salem's Lot is probably up there as
that's
far
a
as like
fantastic choice.
a vampire villain for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dandridge had just a great look, man. It just really worked.
I want a
like
NECA figure of Jerry Dandridge so bad. And I don't know why it doesn't exist.
I don't know why Fright Night doesn't get any kind of like Lost Boys doesn't either, but they had a couple NECAs back in the day, but
yeah,
I mean, it's just
Boys
wild
is more
that,
popular,
like,
I think.
But why though? Why couldn't people would buy a Fright Night? People would go nuts for that.
It would be so perfect for NECA because they always include extra heads, and you could have his different vampire forms that he has in the movie. It would
100%.
it would fit perfectly.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I don't know why or how. I mean, what it takes. I'm sure Sarandon. I mean, the guy's at every single convention. It's not. I'm sure he's not doing it for the love of the fans. I'm sure he's doing it for the money. But I mean, I'm sure if NECA came to him and said, "Hey, we'll pay you all this money," I don't know how it all works, but I'm curious to see why that wouldn't work. Even if it was like something like a website exclusive, if they didn't feel that it was going to sell, I think it would do bonkers. People would go bonkers for it.
Yeah. Every time they announce like another Michael Myers or Jason, I'm just like, God, come on, let's do something.
You got
else.
Resurrection now, yeah.
Like, Resurrection is like
Michael,
the worst looking Michael. It looks so bad.
Or do I get a Dandridge figure? Yeah, I don't know. Safe bet, I guess. But yeah, what's going on, Daniel? Number 8 on the list of 10.
All right, number 8. Sticking with Christopher Lee, and this is the only Dracula movie I have on here. And it's Dracula Has Risen from the Grave. This movie is so good. This is another one I think you'll like. So this is the 4th Dracula movie, but the continuity really doesn't matter. It's fine. It's about new characters. But yeah, Dracula, he is frozen in ice, and the way he gets resurrected is very funny. Like this priest trips and falls and hits his head, and then the blood just sort of runs over to Dracula, and then he's up. So Dracula rises from the grave, and he terrorizes this village as he always does. But what makes this really special for me is I love the characters. Like, this is the movie where it like really solidifies that this Dracula franchise is kind of a slasher franchise. So you've got like your young, fun-loving 20-somethings. There's like a love triangle, but there's these two main characters, Paul and Maria, who I just love. I think they're so likable and they're such great characters. And they got to stop Dracula. And so that's basically the movie. But like, it is sort of like a 1960s Gothic version of a slasher. Christopher Lee is in top form. It might be his best performance as Dracula. Like, he's so menacing in this. And it's just fun. It's also the only Hammer film I've seen in a theater. I was at a horror movie marathon in October a few years ago, and they showed this. It was the first time I'd seen it, and it was so awesome. So love this film.
Was that one of those 24-hour ones you do?
It was a 24-hour one. Yeah. It was more than a few years ago, because it was the year Christopher Lee passed, and it was like their Christopher Lee tribute.
Now, is that the same theater? Like, how many of those events have you gone to?
3. Yeah.
Really? And
is
it all a 24-hour event? Is it like the same thing every year? Or
they're always 24 hours. I went once years ago, and then I didn't go again for a long time. And then 2 years ago I went. The last year I went. This year I'm just getting together with the same group of friends, and we're just doing it in my basement. So we're taking it a little more easy, except we're not doing 24 hours. I told them, I was like, if we plan to do 24 hours, I'm just telling you it's not going to happen, because I will go to sleep. If I'm in my own house, like, there's just no chance. So we were like, yeah, that's cool. We're just going to watch some horror movies and have a good time.
Yeah, that sounds cool though, man. I mean, it's just one of those days that you can just dedicate. Hey, we're just going to chill over here and eat some food and watch these movies back to back until basically we don't want to do it anymore.
Pretty much.
I mean, that works for me, man. I mean, yeah. I got a nice setup down here. It's so fun to have people over and just chill down here and not have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how you do it, man. I mean, you saw me at Panic Fest, bro. Like, I could never make it 24 hours. I was sleeping by like 11 a.m.
Yeah. I remember that Alien movie. I can't remember what it's called now. But when it
Nobody
ended, I
picked
turned to you
that
and I
up,
was like,
huh?
that was
Like,
interesting. And you were like, dude, I was out the whole time.
I'm trying to think. No, that was after lunch, so that had to have been maybe like a 2 o'clock show or something. But yeah,
Yeah.
I was out, man, and I thought that was going to happen to me. I went to go see Turtles in theaters a couple weeks ago, and then we were like, oh, let's do a back to back and go see Weapons. And I sat down for Weapons, and I'm like this, like during the trailers, I'm like, dude, I'm screwed. I said to my buddy, like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not, and I was getting mad at myself because I'm like, people are going to ask me what I thought. I'm not going to know, and I don't know if you checked it out, but as soon as it started, my eyes opened and I didn't shut them once throughout. And
Yeah,
I was like, you know
I
what?
heard you say that at some point. Yeah.
For a movie that can do that, like it's pretty badass. So
Yeah.
I really liked it a lot. I mean, it has its problems like anything else, but it really did keep me very at the edge of my seat. It kept me awake, alert. So I liked it.
It's my favorite of the year so far.
Oh yeah. Oh, so you liked it?
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Okay, because you know what, I feel like it's pretty polarizing. Like it's definitely top
weird.
3 for me, no doubt. But I know a lot of people like, I didn't like it that much.
I swear, anytime there is a new horror movie that gets successful, it gets all this backlash. I think there are certain horror fans that like they have to be too cool for something if it gets successful. And like Weapons was a big box office hit. It made a ton of money. So I don't know. I feel like people are being a little snooty about it, and there's a weird. Horror fans act really weird about brand new movies, and they're like hyper critical. But then a few years pass, that kind of goes away, and things just get embraced. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, we see that with like Rob Zombie movies and stuff. Like, they were kind of more universally hated for a while, and now I think there's more of a resurgence. I mean, there's even people that are, into the Elm Street remake, which I can't get into. I just saw Megan 2, man. I don't know if you saw that, but like, that was terrible, man. Like, it was so bad.
It's not a horror movie.
No, it's not. But I knew that going in, and I could accept that. But I mean, I just felt like, I don't know, man. I don't know what they were doing with it. It was just, to me, it was like, I said this in my, like a review I did on it, soulless. Like, I just felt like it was people just getting a paycheck. Nobody wanted to be there. It felt weird to me. I don't know if you saw it.
I did. I enjoyed it. I thought it was.
What?
I thought it was
tell me what you liked about it, because I was curious. I'm like, I don't know what anybody can say about this that they're like, oh, I liked it.
I thought it was funny. I laughed a lot. Like, it's very much an action comedy, and like it made me laugh. I thought the action was fun, never great. And we live in like a crazy time for action movies where like action gets so impressive, and it never really reached the heights. But I thought action was fun. I really just enjoyed the character of Megan.
But what is her thing now? Like, she felt so, like, it didn't feel practical. It felt like I was watching a cartoon talking to people. I was like,
I don't think it is practical.
But in the other one, I felt like she felt more like realistic. Well, I didn't know if it was done purposefully that way or they were just lazy.
I'm weird. Like, I didn't particularly care for the first Megan. I thought the first Megan was just kind of like a blah PG-13 horror movie, and it felt like a knockoff of the Child's Play remake, which I do really like. So it just didn't do much for me. I thought this one was just a lot more entertaining. Like it was like a better version of an action comedy than Megan was of a horror movie. So I just had a lot more fun.
Did you see Sinners?
I wouldn't like intellectually defend it because it's a ridiculous movie. It's super corny. It's super over the top. But I just had a good time. I just had fun with it.
But I feel like she was barely even in it.
I didn't feel like that. Maybe like in her full form, but also she had that little robot version. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Did you see Sinners?
Yeah, I love Sinners. That would be my number 2 for the year behind Weapons.
Those two are my 2 for the year right now too.
Yeah.
So that's good. So we're on the same boat with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the action genre is hurting, but I feel like action movies now, to me, like, I don't know, some work, some don't. There was a couple I saw last year that I felt pretty good about, but there's a lot that I watch now that I'm kind of like, on some of the action stuff. The superhero stuff, I don't watch it, so I can't say anything about it.
It's kind of dying off now. A little bit
That's what it
more.
feels like, right?
Kind of came back this year because I loved Superman and Fantastic Four, but I am a big superhero fan because I grew up a huge superhero fan, but I did fall off for the last few years. I've hardly seen anything. But Superman and Fantastic Four brought me back because I just love those characters, and I did love those movies.
I definitely want to check those two out because I said this before. Like, for some reason, Superman for me, like, it's I don't know why. Maybe it's just the art, the reason I just grew up with it. But I mean, there was no Superman movies I hated, so I was curious about this one. I haven't seen it, and then the Fantastic Four, people said I would probably like it because it's got like a really retro feel to it, I guess. So
It does.
um,
I have
I'll
no
probably check
idea if
both
you
of
would
those
like
out.
them. So I wouldn't push them on you, but like I'm a huge fan of Superman and of the Fantastic Four, so I've been looking forward to those movies for years, and they really delivered for me.
I'll check. I'm gonna definitely check them because I think at least Superman's streaming now, so I'll probably end up
I
just
think
checking it
so.
out and seeing what it's like. Um, but we got two left, man. I didn't want to keep you long. I know you're a busy man, especially around this time of year. So let's talk about these last two, and then when I'm out of here, I'm gonna start searching and buying these suckers.
Sweet. Okay, we're finally getting to the 1970s. So 1970, we got the Vampire Lovers, absolute classic. Ingrid Pitt as Carmilla. So this kicks off actually a trilogy for Hammer. It's the Karnstein trilogy. And they're basically their trilogy of sleazy vampire movies that usually have lesbianism.
I
And
think I have that. Is that Scream Factory, right?
it is. It's a really old Scream Factory release. They have since re-released it as a collector's edition. I don't know if it
Okay,
has
I
any more
think I
special
have
features,
that
to be
edition. I'm
honest.
pretty sure I
Yeah.
have that. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So this one's old school. But yeah, it's basically their adaptation, fairly close adaptation of Carmilla, which is a vampire novella that I think actually might predate Dracula, but I can't remember for sure. But it's a lesbian vampire story, and you've got Ingrid Pitt in there, and she's phenomenal. She's their best female vampire ever. And you've also got Peter Cushing in here as a vampire hunter, and so it is by far the most sexual of all these movies. It has quite a bit of nudity actually. So the 70s was full of like, titillating lesbian vampire movies, but this one's definitely one of the best. And it's the one that kicked that off. So I think it's a great movie.
All right. I don't know. Again, I'm thinking like I'm getting that and Twins of Evil mixed up in my head because I do
Yeah.
have
Twins
both
of
of
Evil
those
was
on
the
Blu-ray.
third film in the trilogy.
What was the first one you said?
It was Vampire Lovers and then Lust for a Vampire, which is not as
Lust.
good, but it is fun. It's like good sleazy fun. And then Twins of Evil.
Okay. Um, yeah, they're saying it predates Dracula. It's sexy
Yeah,
as
I think
hell.
so.
Alan's in the house. His VHS Halloween looks sick. I haven't seen a trailer, but I'm sure it's going to be pretty cool. I actually kind of like those movies.
I kind of do too. I still haven't seen the last one, but I am a total sucker for anything Halloween related, so I will absolutely be watching that right away.
Heck yeah. Uh, Daughters of Darkness, not
Yeah,
Hammer,
that's
but Daughters
good.
of Darkness is a great one. All right. What's the last pick in here for you?
Last pick, 1971. Oh, I almost dropped it. Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. Love this movie. It is so
Sister
good. It is so fun. It's a great like mashup of a lot of things. Where like it is a Jekyll and Hyde story, but it's also very much a Jack the Ripper story. And it's got a little bit of like Burke and Hare in there too. But it stars Ralph Bates as Dr. Jekyll. And he's really the guy that Hammer was trying to position as the replacement for like Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, like their new young star. It never really took off. And he's not great in everything, but he is great in this. So he is this evil mad scientist, and he's trying to create like some kind of fountain of youth type of drug. And he ends up taking it, and it turns him into a woman. So it's a bit of like it's kind of a bit of a transgender story, which is interesting. And Martine Beswick plays the woman version, Sister Hyde. And But Dr. Jekyll, in the traditional Jekyll and Hyde story, Jekyll is good, Hyde is evil, but they're both evil in this. So like Dr. Jekyll is basically Jack the Ripper in here, and he kills a lot of people, and she kills a lot of people. So it is also one of their sleazier movies. It has quite a bit of nudity. It's pretty violent. It's one of their more bloody movies. But it's also like, it's still like a Victorian period piece, and it's very gothic, and it has fantastic atmosphere. And I remember when I first watched it, I remember thinking, if this ends with something really crazy, then it will be like, I will love it. Like at 5 stars. And it does end with something pretty crazy. And I was like, oh, this is so awesome. So love this. One of my top favorites.
All right. So there's our 10 right there, baby. All right. This is going to be the most expensive episode of the channel that I've ever had to do here. Because I'm looking, I'm like, what do I have? All right. So here's the list of the 10 movies that I'm going to watch in October. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to do a little ranking and tell you what I thought of each one of these movies. The first one is Curse of Frankenstein, which I'm really looking forward to. Is this on this thing? No, it is not. Oh yeah, but you said I can get the new 4K probably in time.
Yeah.
Phantom of the Opera, which is on here, so I don't have to buy that one. Gorgon, Plague of the Zombies, Rasputin the Mad Monk, Frankenstein Created Woman, Devil Rides Out, Dracula Has Risen. From the Grave, I do have that, I believe. Sweet. Vampire Lovers, I have that, and Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. That's my 10, man.
Right on.
I almost want you to like send me what you guess my ranking will be.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then what I'll do is I'll show your ranking before I rank mine.
Yeah, I'll make it, but I won't send it to you until time because I don't want it to influence you.
Okay, so yeah. Good call.
That'll be fun
for sure. But yeah, man, this was a great list from Daniel. And guys, thank you for being in here, especially like people like Saturn Video who are really chiming in. Like these people obviously know this stuff, and that's why they want to check this out. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, TJ, is that I pretty much like emptied my list for October because I knew I was going to do this. But also, too, the hardest part is that Elm Street comes out at the end of the month. So, like, I already know I'm going to dive into all the new Elm Street stuff, too. So I'm going to have to kind of balance between the both of the Elm Street 4Ks and then this list here. But I have until the end of the month, so I should be able to smash these out. I'm thinking easily. But, man, thank you for being here with me and doing this. I promised you I would do this, so we made it happen. We've been talking about this for like 6 months. So I'm just glad that you're able to keep me accountable on this thing and this Halloween special that I'm doing here. But, man, tell them what you've got going on over there. This is spooky season. You know how we work on these channels. A lot of us are really heavily into horror movies. So this time of year is big for the channels. There's a lot of content flowing. I know everybody's trying to watch all the stuff they can from all the different people. What is Daniel over at the Cobwebs channel got cooking for October, man?
Yeah, well, I'm not fancy to have any kind of theme going. So on Sunday, it's just kind of like the last video of September, and it's just going to be like on 10, specifically 80s and 90s horror movie recommendations. So right up Garrett's alley. And then Wednesday, October 1st, kicking off Halloween. So I'll be releasing a list of some underseen Halloween movies, which I've also done for the past couple of years. So I'm kind of keeping that tradition going. And then I've got another kind of similar like Halloween video coming after that. And I think the biggest thing is I think I'm going to do, this is a scoop. I think I'm going to do a video on my top 100 horror movies.
Whoa,
I always thought
that's an undertaking, man.
I know.
Wow.
I always thought like if I do like just my top horror movies of all time, it needs to be a big list, but I wasn't sure about the number. And somebody commented a little while back, like you should do a video on your top 100 horror movies. And I was like, I should. I think I'm going to do that. I always like whenever I do like a kind of a typical kind of video, I like to make it as crazy as possible. So that's what I think I'm going to do. It'll be crazy.
Well, are you gonna try to do 100 and edit it, or are you gonna try to break it up into like every like 20 and do 5 episodes? I think maybe doing it that way, like they kind of did with the you're gonna do now. Are you gonna add like clips and everything too?
Yeah, but each of them won't be long, so like it won't be like 5 hours long. But I think I do want to do it all as one because like. I don't know. Sometimes I just get the itch to do an insane video, you know?
That's a
And I feel like I have that
huge
itch.
undertaking, man. Especially
We'll see
how
it
I know
goes.
you edit and stuff like that too. That's going to
Mhm.
be a good project. I mean, but if you chip away on it and maybe release it at the end of the month, October, you might have the time. But
Yeah, something like
that's
that.
that's going to be one to see, guys. You're going to have to check that. I'm dying to check that out. 100,
Bugs Zombie
wild.
said I'd never be able to do 100. I'd be so conflicted. My brain would break. My brain probably will break. I haven't started putting this list together yet, so we'll see. But one reason I am able to do a lot of rankings on my channel is I'm pretty able to just make a decision and just stick with it. And I do regret decisions in the future, but that's just kind of how it goes. I just accept it.
Dude, it's I'm such a overthinker and like perfectionist that once I get to a certain number, I would never, because I would be like, instead of just being like, I'll just throw it here, I'll be like, oh wait, no, this has to get moved because I do kind of like this one better. Like it would drive me bananas.
Yeah.
Like at 37 or something, all of a sudden, like then I'm at like 65 and I'm like, oh, I kind of like this one better than I like 37. Now I got to move everybody down. Like it would drive me nuts.
Yeah.
That's like the hardest part, I think, is it just like I don't want to be like, I can't lie. I can't, instead of just throwing something out there that I like once we get into the 60s or something. Hey man, I give you a lot of props for that, man. So yeah, guys, I know some of you guys said you're going to check out Daniel's channel and sub over. Definitely do it, man. He's killing it. Like I said, when I first saw his stuff and had him on the channel, he was kind of 5,000 subs or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's about what it was.
So it's been a crazy couple of years, man. So
it has.
Definitely keep doing what you're doing, guys. If you're checking this out from his channel, you want to hang around, or anybody who's watching this that hasn't checked out, I've been doing a lot of physical media stuff, talking about retro DVDs. So if anybody's was collecting in the early 2000s, definitely go check out a couple of videos I just dropped if you're into the physical media game. But if you're into the hammer game, you want to stick around because, again, I've got a lot of work ahead of me, and you'll get the final result at the end of the month here in October. So keep your eyes on the channel. Daniel, again, man, thank you so much for coming and hanging out tonight. I appreciate it.
Oh, for sure. I love it.
And guys, thank you in the chat who are checking this out live. I appreciate you. Anybody on the replay checking this out live, I appreciate you as well. Definitely leave in the comments down below anything you got to say about some of the ones he picked for me to check out this month. I'm dying to hear some of your thoughts on these movies. And guys, this is Garrett at Born to Be Rad. And like always, stay